Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Isa if you're new. If you're here from my book talk, I am so happy that you're here, and I am trying to get into booktube because I just love reviewing books. So today I have a couple of books that are my absolute favorite from romance. So that is like my favorite genre of books. Romance. I just love them. I'm trying to get more into sci-fi or fantasy or things like that, and I'm trying, but I'm more into romance books. So I have a few books that I wanted to share with you today because these are the books that I would recommend my best friend to read because they are so good. So before we start, I just want to say that yes, my favorite author is Colleen Hoover, and no, I'm not going to stop talking about her. If you're a Coho fan like myself, then go ahead and subscribe because I will be talking about her so much because I love her books. With that said, let's go ahead and get started with the two books that I want to start, which are Ugly Love and Confess, which are both books from Colleen Hoover. So I'm going to start with Ugly Love because this is my ultimate favorite book of hers, and my favorite book like of all times from romance. And basically this is about Miles and Tate. Miles is a pilot. That Miles is the neighbor of Tate's brother, which is kind of like the trope, like the brother's best friend kind of thing, which I loved. So basically this girl Tate moves in with her brother, and her brother has a neighbor, and that neighbor is Miles. And well, it's a bunch of things, like friends with benefits to lovers, but there's a huge secret, and it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love this book so much. You guys need to read this book, but it's spicy as well. Like, it just has a little bit of everything, and the reason why I love this book so much is because at the end of the book, I was so like happy. Literally, my heart was full. I was literally so happy. This book is like a 10 out of 10 stars if I could rate it that way. Oh my gosh, but 5 out of 5 stars. This is so good. Next we have Confess, which is such an underrated book from Colleen, which is so bizarre to me because this book is so good. So this book is about Auburn and Owen, and basically the book starts with Auburn at like 14, 15 years old with her current boyfriend, but it's like such a heartbreaking story. I'm not going to spoil anything, but basically the book starts really sad, but it's beautiful. It kind of correlates with everything in the book and the like final pages of the book, which is so beautiful. But basically Auburn, this girl, moves to a new state, and she meets a artist, and he sells art, and she was looking for a job, and basically they meet. Practically in the back of the book, I'm gonna read some. Auburn takes a chance and puts her heart in control, only to discover that Owen is keeping a major secret from coming out. The magnitude of his past threatens to destroy everything Auburn loves most, and the only way to get her life back on track is to cut Owen out of it. But to save their relationship, all Owen needs to do is confess. So you're kind of gonna see why the book is named Confess. It's not solely the reason why I just read the back of the book, but you're gonna see why it's named Confess, and it's like such a revelation. And I love when I am reading books and I kind of like realize why the book is named by the name. This book really reminded me of It Ends With Us. So if you like It Ends With Us, you would love this book. It's beyond beautiful. Like the story and how the characters are built and how it all ties up with like the ex-boyfriend of Auburn at the beginning of the book, which I'm not going to tell you anything, but you just need to read the book because it's so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, the next book is Addicted to You. So this book is part of a series, so it's like the Addicted / Calloway Sisters series, which all ties up. But this is from Krista and Becca Ritchie, And basically I loved this book because it was so different from anything I have ever read. Lo and Lily, Lo is a guy, Lily is a girl, and they both have addictions. So this book has like the fake dating trope, then like lovers to other things. And basically Lo, the guy, is an alcoholic, and then Lily is a sex addict, which honestly I loved reading about this because I definitely think that that is an addiction that in the book it kind of states that sex addiction is not like talked about and people are ashamed of it. So they kind of pair up to hide their addictions from everybody. Obviously it doesn't turn out well and you kind of see what happens, and they introduce new characters for the other books, which I loved. Connor Cobalt, oh my gosh. I'm still waiting to get to Kiss the Sky, which is like the 4th book from the series. I'm so excited. But yeah, this book is so good. I loved the writing style as well. I was going to start reading the 2nd book, which is Ricochet, I don't know how you pronounce this, but I had a little accident because my dog literally chewed up the book. When I tell you guys, I cried because I was in shock. Like, look at this. And the 3 books that I'm going to talk about is kind of a whole series, actually, kind of the whole series, but I'm going to talk about the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy. The Off-Campus series is a series of 4 books. It's for a different character, which are 4 guys in a same like best friends groups. So every book is for a different friend in the group. But the first one is The Deal. So I do have to say that these books are spicy. So if you like that, you can read this. Age rating 18 plus, I would say. But basically this is the first book of the series, and it starts out with Garrett and then the girl is Hannah. It has the fake dating trope. So basically this girl Hannah goes to the same university as Garrett, and that university is Briar U University, which this series has a spin-off, which are the Briar U series. So if you have read these books and you liked them, you can go ahead and read the Briar U series because everybody loves those books as well. I haven't read them yet, but I am so excited to read them. But yeah, The Deal, 5 out of 5 stars. So good, spicy, love, romantic, oh my gosh. Second book of this series is The Mistake, and this is the shortest book from the series, but I do have to say that this one so far is my least favorite book because I didn't like how the story was kind of built up. So this is about Logan and Allie, and I do like the couple and does have like spiciness in it, but I didn't like how the story was created. Like the timeline, I didn't like it that much. It's really good for the series, just not my favorite one. I would give this a 4 out of 5. And the third book of the series, definitely my favorite so far. I haven't read the last one, but this one is definitely the favorite of everyone. So this one is The Score, and for The Score is Dean and Allie. So sorry about that. But this book, I would say, is the spiciest book of the series. I still haven't read the last one, but everyone could agree with me that this book is really spicy comparing it to the first 2 books. So this one is about Dean and about Allie. Allie has just like broken up with her boyfriend of like a lot of years. Dean is like the ultimate fuckboy, playboy. Basically they start as friends with benefits, which is, oh my gosh, so entertaining. The book is so entertaining. I could not put it down. And yeah, this is like my favorite book from the series so far. the score 5 out of 5. So I'm gonna talk about one more book because I'm going to consider the series as one book, so I can tell you another one. So the last book that I'm gonna talk about is The Cabin. I don't have the physical book, but I do have it in my Kindle. If you're wondering, I have a Kindle Paperwhite, but I'm going to put the cover right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it before you read this. You're gonna cry, and if you don't want to cry, don't read this book. But if you want to have like a good cry, read this book. I read this book because I saw a TikTok of a girl. She rates books based off how much she cried, and because she likes to cry with books, which is totally okay. So this book is The Cabin by Jasinda Wilder. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I hope I am. So basically The Cabin is about Nadia and Adrian. So they are married, and Adrian finds out that he has cancer, which he doesn't tell Nadia. And it's kind of a secret. Adrian is an author. He lies to go to treatment, and she doesn't know. She's a nurse. And obviously Adrian dies. That is the first half of the book. But it's so beautiful because he is so in love with this girl. Oh my gosh, like the things that he says to her, you are automatically crying. And the second part of the book is so beautiful. So I don't want to spoil anything, but basically when Adrian dies, he leaves a trail of things for Nadia to do, and he actually leaves her a whole entire book about grief and how to grieve someone, and how to move on from someone who has cancer and died, which is, oh my gosh, you guys, this book was a 5 out of 5. The moment I started reading, it's so beautiful and great, and it all ties up, and so heart-wrenching, and you cry, and then you feel every single emotion, and you're like, oh my gosh, this book deserves so much more hype. I haven't seen like literally anybody except the girl from the TikTok talk about this book, which is so bizarre to me. So bizarre. This book is so great, so well written. So yeah, please go read this book. So yeah, you guys, these are like my favorite books for romance so far. So if I get new books that I really love, I'm going to do a part 2. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss another video. I will post book videos every Thursday, so stay tuned. So thank you so much, you guys, for watching today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Everyone was watching you moving.